Hi, I am Jessica Kircher. I am a graphic designer. I have been designing for about 8 years now. I have been designing for possibly 12 to 13 to 14 years, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I will never show those designs ever. I designed guild layouts for Neopets, and I designed MySpace layouts for my friends. But again, never will show that because maybe I will, because it shows where I came from. But yeah, I've loved design for a long time. I'm very passionate about design. Not only am I passionate about design, but I'm passionate about design that works. So I think that every designer, as long as they keep it up, as long as they continue to design, one day they will get to this point where it no longer just looks good, it works. Once you get to the, up until that point, oh, it looks good, oh, that looks so pretty, or there's no rhyme or reason. You just threw that flower on there for no reason. Just, I liked it, or the spacing of the words. You're just getting the words on there. Oh, it just fits good. Up until this point of the rope, right? You're designing just because it looks good, no intention. You don't know who's going to be looking at it or who the demographic is. What do they need? What does the call to action need to be? None of that. Once you get here, that's when you ask, who's going to be looking at this? How old are they? What's the problem we're solving? This piece here. Let's just, it's a piece, right? It's a poster on the coffee shop wall. When someone looks at that, what's the first thing they need to see? Visual hierarchy, right? What's the first thing that needs to pop out to them? Now, what's that going to say to grab their attention? So you walk by, ooh, free event. I want to go to a free event. So then they keep reading. Now, it has to be clear. Where's this event? What time? What do they need to bring? Where do they need to park? What do they need to do? How can they follow along? Any other resources out there for them to read about? How can they read more about the event? So there needs to be contact information, a website, maybe even like the website, or there's a phone number on there with call tracking. So if they call it, the other side, the event sponsors, the people, they can see, oh, this amount of calls is coming from this poster. So we're doing good. This poster's working, right? And then there's a different phone number on let's say we're running an ad in the Lakelander and we put a tracking number. Okay, our Lakelander ad is not getting any phone calls. We need to reevaluate using that Lakelander as an advertising agency. Or we're going to use the LAL today, the email. We're gonna put an ad in the email, but we're gonna put call tracking on that phone number. So then if we know if someone calls that, it's coming from LAL, right? Oh, we're not getting any phone calls from LAL. We might need to cut that off. Let's try a different route. Maybe if we just say text, because that's so quick. People don't want to pick up the phone. But if they text, okay, that's quicker. Or using a certain email so they can subscribe. Okay, we're getting this many inquiries through this email or this text. We're getting text. So all of that to say, when you get to this point of design, you've matured, you've gotten that strategy down. Now, don't get me wrong. Not every designer reaches that. There's designers that they have been designing for 10 years. They still don't think about these things. Strategy never really comes to them. And I want you to know, just because someone knows how to make something look good, doesn't mean they're a good graphic designer. Because we need it to work. Work, look good, work is at the forefront, okay? If it doesn't work, all of this is for nothing. You're paying that for nothing. Same thing for your website. I love when people come to me with their website. And what do you think about my website? It's pretty. It's pretty. It's not working for you, though. I don't know what you do. What do you mean you don't know what I do? I just went to your website, and above the fold, before you scroll down, it doesn't say what you do. I have no idea what you do. It also doesn't say the solution, right? So when I come to your website, It's not telling me what you're going to solve. I'm in a hurry. I'm ready to go, right? Your consumers out there running around. We're like little fishies just trying to find something. If you've ever read The Story Brand, yep, that's where I'm going. I learned it from my last employer. Thank you, Maximize. It's saved my life. But yes, I still do that. But so we're all going quick. We're all trying to find something to solve our problems, right? We want to be the hero of our story. So who's going to position us to be the hero of our story? We're not looking for someone to think they're going to be the hero of our story, right? So if I come to your website, we are the best agency in the world. That's not resonating with me. I don't care. I don't care. You're tooting your own horn. That's not enough, right? So I love when people come to me about their website because, again, it brings me here. Just because it looks good. Is it working for you? And I love strategy behind design. So you know, a designer evolves, they grow, and you get to the point where it's not just about what it looks like. It's not just about it's pretty. Why'd you put that flower on that design? What is that flower? It's funny because between me and my fiance, I call flowers flyers and the shire. That's very embarrassing to admit, but I do. So flyer, baby, you gonna go get me a flyer? Or I'm about to take a shower. All right, that's enough. So anyways, why did you put the flower on the flyer? What is it doing for the flyer? How is it making them feel? So every single thing needs to make sense. Yes, to my professors at Kaiser University, Greg Williams and Carrie Percy, they taught me this when I was going to school, that everything should make sense. And I'm like, whatever. Good design is good design. You know, back then I just, I don't want to hear this, right? And I just would continue on, and I would just design and do whatever I want to do. Up to this point, I feel like I'm there, guys. Like, I've made it. I feel like I'm where it's like, no, it needs to make sense. I don't care your website's pretty. Is it working for you? When they come to your site, do they know what you do? Do they know the solution of their problem? And how can they get in contact with you right then and there? What do you want them to do? What's the call to action? Is it clear? Is your call to action a different colored button, right? Call now. Learn more. Buy now. You know, those same button text, right? Is it clear? Same thing with your business card. Vistaprint is a no-go, right? Because those are all templates. A hairstylist down the road probably has the same business card as you. And I just want to let you know that there's some people out there that if I see that you didn't put any time and effort into the look of your business, how do I know that you're putting time and effort into the functionality of your business, right? Because what your business looks like is a direct representation of how you're taking care of it. It's the same thing with our lives, right? My car's a disaster right now. I'm busy. I'm stressed. And you can tell by looking at my car. Go look at my any day. Any of my coworkers can say, Jessica, I'm going to go look at your car right now to see how you're doing. I'm going to see how you're doing in your life. I'm going to go look at your car. And I'd be like, yes, I'm so stressed out right now. I'm doing this. So the look of your business is a direct representation, right? So if you're templating your business, what else are you templating? Are you templating the service? Are you templating the product? What else are you templating? Put time and effort into the look of your stuff. Hire a professional, a local professional. Hello, right? We don't need to be hiring. Listen, I'm all for small business. Small business doesn't just have to mean local, okay? Cindy Luhv'lee is a freelance designer in Indiana. She's trying to make a living. So she's marketing to everybody in the United States. Hello, I am a freelance designer. She's a single mom. She has kids at home. So if you're hiring Indiana Cindy Luhv'lee, okay, you're helping her in her dream. So I get it. However, there are businesses living around Cindy Lou Who that need her. Those are local businesses that can use Cindy Lou Who. If you're here in Lakeland, Florida, you should be using a Lakeland, Florida designer. Don't tell me that there's not enough Lakeland designers because, talk to me. I can tell you so many great graphic designers in Lakeland, Florida. And I have my own reasons why you should use a graphic designer versus an agency when you should use a freelancer versus hiring someone full-time. Are you ready to hire someone full-time? I can get into that. I love that conversation. But at the end of the day, let's get back to the point, the thesis of the 5-paragraph essay. At the end of the day, you can hire this or you can hire this, right? This, it doesn't just need to look good. This designer will get there. And again, sometimes they don't. Sometimes that's not their forte, and one day they're going to get into where they need to be. But this designer needs to get an internship. They need to be busting their little booty. They need to go work for an agency. They need to be grinding. They need to work at a print shop, web shop. They need to go put the time in, right? And I still have time to put in. I am not done. God, by no means, Lord, I am not done. I have a lot more to go. I'm just speaking from an expert because yes, I am an expert at graphic design because I've been doing it the hours I have put in to get where I am. And I'm telling you, good design is backed by strategy. If you can't go to your designer and say, why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? And they don't have a reason for everything they did, you're not getting good design. Your logo. If every piece of your logo is not created with who's going to be looking at your logo, who's going to be buying from your logo, that person is at the forefront. Not, okay, so my client's name is Carolina. My design doesn't need to look good for Carolina. I don't care about Carolina. Carolina is not buying from Carolina. Carolina is selling to Cindy Lou Who and Bobby Joe and Jerry, okay? That's who they're selling to. So my design needs to look good for them. Yes, Carolina needs to approve, but as a good designer, you know how to speak to your client. You know how to say, listen, I'm not designing for you. I need to let you know that right now. Before we get started, I need to bust your little bubble. I need to let you down. I need to let you down gently. I'm not designing for you. I'm designing for all those people that you're selling to. What will resonate with them, right? You are solving their problem. How are you going to solve it? Are you going to solve it by making your logo pink because you like pink? Oh, wait. So is your demo girls? Females. Is your demo females? Okay. So your demo's not females, it's females and males. Okay, then maybe we should consider something other than pink. Now, I'm not saying that a bad logo doesn't get money. Because there's some people out there, there's some logos out there that I'm like, ooh, how are they doing so good? How are they doing so good? They compensate, they overcompensate. They over-deliver with their service. They over-deliver with, what's the word? They make up for it. We're going to say they make up for it with what they offer, what they do. And you know what? That logo now works for them because they did their thing. What I'm telling you right now is I do not recommend you letting down on the image because people do judge books by their cover. I tell you that right now. I buy my shampoo by the look of the shampoo. I buy Publix products because it looks good. I love the Publix brand. And my neighbor of over 20 years has been working at Publix as a designer, Mike Esker. And so kudos to him and his team and whomever else is designing that because I buy it and it's a great product. But I love Publix. Again, love Publix. I do, I really do. So people do judge books by their cover. So do not let your business go down. There is affordable design out there. I'm telling you right now, Great design does not have to be expensive. It does not have to be expensive. I am cheap as they get because how passionate I am about it. One day on my mood board, on my dream board, I'm going to be a $1 million designer, okay? In order to call me, it's going to say, please insert money into your call bank now to call me in the future. As of right now, I'm still kicking it, designing $15 logos, making people happy, one logo at a time. Don't call me about getting a $15 logo because that is special and I don't give everyone that price. But I do stuff for so cheap right now. The reason why, one reason, because I got to get my name out there, you know. A good designer has to put the time and effort in. We got to grind, right? You can't skip to it. We got to crawl. So you got to make it cheap. But it's hard because when you make your design cheap, then it's like, is she cheap? Like, does it look cheap? And that's when it's like, go look at my portfolio. I can send you work. I know what I'm doing. I'm really good. And I will work with you. And I will guide you. That's another characteristic of a good designer. When you hire a good designer, or let's say, I'm not going to say a bad designer. I don't like that word, but a less good designer will not guide you to the answer. You're going to tell them, so I want a business card, but I don't know what color. And I don't know what shape. And I don't know what size. And they're going to sit there and go, well, call me when you figure that out, and then I can price you. All right? Thank you. Bye. And they're going to get off the phone. Where a good designer is going to go, all right, well, let's talk about it. So the color of the card. Well, first things first, what's the color of your brand? Let's talk about that. We want to make sure it's a good contrast, right? We don't want a dark background with dark text and a dark picture and a dark this and a dark that, because then you're not going to be able to read it. The text has to be big enough. I would also say, let's go with a standard size here. You want it to be able to fit in someone's wallet, and but you also, if you want, like, what's your brand? What is your brand out of the box? Do you want to show people, like, we're different? If you want to show people you're different, there's many ways to do that. We can do raised ink. We can do spot UV. Spot UV means the rest of the card is matte, and then some parts of the card are shimmery, have the gloss, the UV coating. We can do spot UV. We can curve the edges. Let's have straight, and then curved, right? So that's a way to show that you're different. I highly recommend two-sided. Let's do one side and another side. You get more information on there. It's not more expensive depending on who you're using. Other printers will say, that's more expensive. Well, you're not going to the right printer. And then full color, let's do that full color. It's the same price. It's the same price. Depending on who you're going to, let's do full color. Do you want your picture on there? It's a great way for people to remember you. So this designer, and you're sitting on the phone like, yeah, that's a great idea. Or, you know what, Jessica, I have no idea what I want. You know what? I'm going to send you 3 options. I'm going to go research your brand. I'm going to go to your website. Why don't you send me, if you have any other stuff, send it to me, like any other marketing material, anything at all. I also want to schedule a 20-minute, I need to get to know you. I need to get to know your brand. I just want to hear you. I want to hear like a sales pitch. What would you say to someone to sell yourself? So let's schedule that. That way I can understand you and then I can design for you, because I'm very confident that once I know who you are, I'll know what to do. I'll know what fonts to use, what colors to use, what size of everything, your logo, whatever. So, and that's with everything. That's not just with a business card. A good designer can get you there. They will pick you up and they will take you. That's what's crazy. And I don't think a lot of people know what a good designer is, right? They think that a designer is just someone that designs. That's it. We just design. When really a designer helps you solve the problem. We get you there. If you don't know, we'll show you the way. We're not just going to design for you. We're going to do this together. I'm going to be your partner in this. I'm going to bring you in. You are going to be fully engaged in this project, but you're going to let me be me. You're going to let me be the professional. And that's what a true great designer is. So at the end of the day, know what a good designer is. Make sure you're figuring that out, that you make sure your designer is that, and then let them be that. Whether you're an agency or whether you're hiring a designer, understand that a good designer is hard to come by. It really actually is, because there's a lot of people that say they're a good designer, but do they make it work? Or is it just pretty? Is it working? Do they know why it's working? What's their reason behind it? And if they can't answer those questions, you need to move on. You need to hire someone that is there, because they work their butt off to be there. And they deserve your time, and they deserve that opportunity. So that is what a good designer is.